Hey, it's great to be with you again today. Have you ever felt hopeless? Have there been times in your life when things just, well, they weren't going the way that you had hoped they would go? Things seemed to be falling apart, and you were left standing there with, like, what is going on? How did I get here? Am I ever going to be able to recover from this? And those things that make us hopeless can be way different than what they are for somebody else, right? We may have a relationship that we had hoped would develop into something that would last a lifetime, and suddenly that relationship was broken. Maybe there were financial burdens that have come upon us, and we just don't know how we're going to pay the bills or get what we need to get, pay for food, electric, whatever it is. How are we going to be able to cover that? Maybe it's medical expenses. Maybe there's a sickness. Maybe there's a new diagnosis that we have to deal with, and it's something that is, well, it knocked the wind out of us, that we have to deal with this now. And it could be our own illness or the illness of someone that we love, right? The loss of someone, death, a grievance. There's a grievance going on, right? There's grieving, and we don't know how to deal with it, and we're stuck. And we feel hopeless. What do? Do we just rely on ourselves? Do we go to our mom and dad, our husband or wife, our friend, and ask for advice? Or do we turn to the one who has a plan? And part of this feeling, this situation, may be a part of the plan that we need to learn from, that we need to go through, so that it deepens our character. It changes us. It deepens our perseverance. It pulls us into more of a relationship with God and reliance upon Him than relying just upon ourselves or friends or family. Moses and the Hebrews left Egypt, and they were on the run, and the Egyptians were chasing them, and they came to the Red Sea, and it was hopeless. It was absolutely hopeless. There was no way out. There was a sea on one side and the chariots of the Egyptians on the other. And Moses prayed, and the people prayed, and God did a miracle, right? Moses lifted his staff, and the sea parted, and the Hebrews went across the sea, and then the sea poured back in on the Egyptians, and the Hebrews were freed from slavery. Jesus was arrested, crucified, and dead. Things were hopeless for the disciples and for all of his followers. But on the third day, resurrection, right? You see, with God, nothing is impossible. So as we go through these times where we feel hopeless, we need to turn to the source of our hope. We need to turn to truth. We need to turn to life and love. May God continue to pour out His grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.